Awesome job. So you've got down the theory behind the monetization and how not to overly push it and really get annoying to your customers, but to provide value. Now I'm going to show you the different types of ways that you can monetize your audience or send them somewhere that benefits you. Now, we're going to go through these 4 examples together. We got podcasts and YouTube, really any audio sort of experience that you may be publishing with your brand, a website or blogs, if you've got a blog post, if you've got articles up there, if you've got anything, photos, gallery, anything on your website you want to push people to. Store and products is self-explanatory, and we'll go deeper into that in this module as well. And then any other social media. So you may be wanting to diversify your audience and making sure they're across platforms, not just on Instagram, maybe TikTok, even YouTube is another great example. I'm going to show you how to do that tastefully that offers people a lot of value. So let's start here with podcasts. Now, Joe Rogan, arguably one of the biggest podcasts in the world. He's been doing it for about 10 or 12 years at the moment. And you can see that when he does a podcast, if you're not familiar with him, this is obviously his podcast studio, and he interviews somebody, Emily Harrington in this case, and he posts this to his Instagram and puts the caption, "The great and powerful Emily A. Harrington is the first woman to free climb the Golden Gate route up El Capitan, and a very cool and interesting person to talk to. Available now on Spotify podcasts and Spotify." So you can see here, because podcasts, if you run a podcast, they are a give. You know, you're educating or entertaining people in the podcast. So when he goes and he gives his sales pitch for this, you don't actually have to soften it. You don't have to do much because he's providing value by the end product. You can see he's linked people's profile on Instagram using the @ and if you want to get to the podcast, you can go to his bio and you can click the link, or you can go and you can search it on Spotify. So he doesn't give you a direct link out here in the captions because it's not possible, but he just makes you aware of it and makes you aware of what's going on so you can go find it on your own accord. A really good way to link out to a podcast or a YouTube video that you may have just produced and your Instagram audience might be interested in it. Now, really quick before we jump into store and products, podcast, it's in monetization because you don't directly get paid per podcast listen, but it allows you to build an audience over there, which then you can get some brand deals or launch a private label product to them. So it's in monetization because it's really asking people to do something for you, listen to your podcast or watch a YouTube video in order to benefit you in the long term and build your brand, even though it's not a direct ask to spend money. And it's important to distinguish between the two, because when you are asking to spend money directly, you need to do it in a different way. The closer you are down the spectrum of here's a valuable piece of content for you compared to here's my product, go and buy it, the more you can actually do it. So Joe Rogan can post every single one of his episodes to his Instagram without really spamming his audience, because he's building trust and affinity by having the product be so highly valuable and also free. So these are the Try Guys. Now, you can see they are selling plushies, sort of like merchandise on their store, but it's a plushie, it's a little toy. And you can see in their caption they wrote, "Only a few plushies left. Get yours now before they sell out, and shop our holiday sale up to 30% off your favorite items, plus more on tryguys.com. Link in bio." A couple of important things I want to point out here. One, it's a cute product. You know, people's going to be interested in this product on Instagram quite naturally because it is a cute product. It's not, a protein powder, which is pretty saturated on Instagram, even though it still works if you're selling protein powder, but you sort of have to become a little bit more creative. The creativity here is in the actual product themselves. And if we look into that caption, one, they have link in bio, because remember, that's the only way, apart from a story, that you're able to link out to your store. So they put the link in the bio like we went through in the previous module. But they also did type out tryguys.com, because even though you can't click it, people can just open a browser and type in tryguys.com because it's a simple website and they can see exactly what it is here. So I do recommend, if you have a simple website like that, do put in the captions even though it's not clickable. And then one more thing, a little bonus thing I wanted to point out to you. You can see it says up to 30% off your favorite items. It also says only a few plushies left. So these two things, they imply a lot of social proof. They imply that a lot of these things have already been bought, And 30% off your favorite items means there's so many people shopping on their website, including you already, even if you haven't. And it could be something that is your favorite item, as if everybody's buying lots of items and their favorite ones are the ones that are on sale. It's a lot of social proof woven into this caption here, just as a little side bonus. So when you click the link in the bio or you go to tryguys.com, this is obviously the link to their store, which they've done very creatively. Once again, you can see he's dressed as the actual plushie in this image of the product, and he's just holding the plushie. You can see it's $28 and it is sold out. So whatever they're doing very well. Now, website or blog. Now, once again, this is down closer to the podcast end of things, because you don't make money directly off your website or blog, but you can sell ad space or you can do affiliate clicks and stuff, which we'll get into in this module. But it's a much easier ask because you're giving more value than, say, in a plushie, which you need someone to pay for. So these people can be more direct as well, which they are Insider, the magazine or the website Insider. And their caption, or not their caption, their text over the photo is celebrities you probably didn't know set world records. And what's very interesting is their caption is very good. Have a look down the bottom, the last sentence of their caption. Click the link in our bio to read about which star holds the record for mixing the largest paradise cocktail. So like we talked about, a lot of curiosity in there, and then a lot of value giving. You've opened the story gap in their mind, and the only way for them to fulfill that story gap is to go to this website or blog, where obviously there'll be ads run, a chance for you to sign up with your email, and them to be able to monetize you from there. But a very good way to link out to your website or blog is to have something that invokes curiosity about the thing that you are linking to. Other socials. Now, this is a big give because other socials are very easy to follow. They're free, and normally they provide a lot of value and content if you know what you're doing with your social media. So you can see here, this is an Instagram reel, and down in the caption here, they've got their TikTok handle. So Blossom Armstrong on TikTok. And people can open their TikTok app, search that, and follow them there if they like these TikToks enough. Another one who does it really well is Mr. Beast, obviously one of the biggest and the best YouTubers currently out there. He just wrote this caption under this photo. I just uploaded a new video, and to celebrate, here are some random photos from it. Hope your day is well, gamers. And you can see he has a very interesting, curiosity-invoking image here that is going to have people go to the link in his bio or open up YouTube and search Mr. Beast just to see what this yellow slime dropping on this guy's head is actually all about. Very curiosity invoking. And once again, down the early end of the spectrum, remember the scale of heavy asks, how much value are you giving? A YouTube video that really Mr. Beast comes out with, where he gives away lots of money, he gives away lots of entertainment. He is giving value by posting about it. So remember, if ever in doubt, if your product or your podcast or your YouTube is really high quality and really valuable to people, it's going to be so easy for you to market and ask for people to go and follow you in those other places or buy a really incredible service just because it is a world-class product or service. So the last thing, once again, we need to know is, remember, how much value are you giving with your monetization posts? Like I just touched on, the easiest way to give with your monetization posts is to have an incredible product. So work really hard on that product. And then all you have to do is just talk about it. And when you talk about it, you get behind the scenes, you give more value in those monetization posts. It's going to be very easy for you to monetize your audience and send them exactly where you want to send them.